Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to video 1 of the Premiere Pro tips and tricks kind of series I'm going to do across the next 5 days that each have a sort of section about Premiere Pro and how to learn a new skill within that software, whether it's just super basics, and then as we go on we'll get into a little bit more of the complicated stuff. Just little things that you can do that make your videos so much cooler. So let's jump into the first video where we're going to cover general layout and an overview of the software, the menu bar and just a little bit of a rundown over that. Creating a project and a sequence, and then also importing your footage. A little bit of a boring one today, but it forms the foundations for the next few videos. So obviously the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Adobe Premiere Pro. Here we go. Cool, so first things first, I'm going to open up a new project over here, and I'll call this IGTV Premiere Video Series. Now all this stuff here you can keep pretty similar. This render option here will depend on what GPU your computer has, so it depends on how fast your computer is as to what one you can use. You want to have your time code there so you can see how long your footage is, display format, keep all this pretty much what it offers. Scratch disk, ingest settings, all that stuff is pretty much very generic. This gets a little bit more complicated when you have to save certain parts to different parts of a computer if you're sharing footage or working on a server or something like that. But you can browse your location up here to work out where you want to save it. Choose that folder and then we'll just go OK down the bottom here. Okay, cool. So I'm going to start off on the basic editing panel. So this here is my editing layout here called Nay Editing. I'll teach you how to set that up down the line, but when you open up, you'll probably open up on something similar to this, maybe a little different. But Premiere is really good in the way that you can customize stuff. So you can change the location of everything to make it really suit your editing style. I have my workspace here. So this is the workspace that I always edit in. It's got my main windows that I use up here, toolbar, audio panel, and essential graphics. But we'll start up here with the menu bar. So preferences here is a bit of a deep dive. There's a lot going on here. So unfortunately, Premiere Pro is known to not have the best reliability. So one of the first things that I'll tell everyone who I teach how to use Premiere Pro to do is to update their autosave settings. This is really important. So if you click on autosave here, what you can do, yours will be set to like 15 minutes at default or something. I have mine saved to every 2 minutes. To be completely honest, it's quite frustrating sometimes that it's that common, but it's saved my ass so many times because I do a lot of heavy sort of rendering and things in here and it just crashes, and 2 minutes doesn't seem like a lot, but when it's crashing frequently, it's very inconvenient. So every 2 minutes, my program takes like 5 seconds, it freezes for 5 seconds and saves. Anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes if you're just doing basic stuffs probably fine for you guys. So all this stuff along here, you only really need to know about it when it actually becomes an issue. Labels is a big thing that I use a lot. We'll go into it in another video, but you can pick all your colors here. Change what colors things load as when you put them in your timeline. Coming back up here to the top tab, keyboard shortcuts we'll go into in another video. This is where you set up your own sort of keys and things like that. I have my own shortcuts that I use, which I'll export a file out and share with people on my email list. So drop your email if you're not on that. And yeah, other than that, not a lot else in there. File, all just the same generic stuff that a file stuff has. All these sort of tools come into effect when you need them. Like they're sort of in the moment things. You'll know that you need to use it when you need to use it, if that makes sense. Windows is how you bring up all your available windows. Use this a lot. Here you can also pick your workspaces that you use, and yeah, I don't even use half of this stuff in here, to be completely honest. Most of this stuff is for super big projects, even bigger than what I do. Every now and again something in here will become relevant and I'll be able to just say I want to mix some audio, click on this, and then here I've got nothing in there, but that just opens up and then I can drag this to there if that's where I want it. So now I've got the basic overview out of the way, let's import some footage. So double click in your project bar here, import media to start. You can also go up to file and import that way. I usually just double click. Yep, open up here. What I'll do is I'll go to my hard drive. I will import a clip here. Don't know what it is, just a random clip. Now there's a few ways you can create a sequence. You can go up here, file, new sequence, that's one way. You can go to this little new item down here, down to sequence, or what you can do is just drag the footage into your timeline. Boom, that has created a sequence with that clip. So I've got my sequence open. What I'm gonna do here is go random, sequence. Okay, great, so we've created our first sequence, and that is all for this video. I wanna keep these short and sharp so you can come back to them. I might do a long version over on YouTube, but for now the IGTV video is just gonna stay nice and short. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow.